Namaste to all our viewers in Bharat and outside of Bharat. Welcome to yet another episode of The Show Reflections with Vardhan Dharkar. The show presented by Kala, crazy about literature and arts in association with Let's Talk. Before we begin, a quick reminder that submissions are now open for Kala's upcoming anthology, The Pillars of the Future. If you have a story about the ideas, relationships, and possibilities that may shape tomorrow, we invite you to submit your work. We also invite you to become a part of Book by Kala, our growing community of readers built around books, ideas, and meaningful conversations. If you are unable to stay till end, don't worry. The recording of today's conversation will be available on the Kala YouTube channel at Sanjay Chandra 5376. And now it is my pleasure to welcome Nirmala ji. Welcome to
Namaste.
the show, Nirmala. And it's such a pleasure to have you back on the show.
Okay,
So,
I'm very happy to be on the show. Thank you very much to everybody and all the participants.
and let me just give a very brief introduction of Nirmala. Uh, she is writer, painter, former civil service officer, and author of the award-winning novel Secrets of Mangoren, which is now under development for a film production. That's fantastic achievement. Welcome, Nirmala ji. It is our pleasure to have you back with us.
Thank you. It's also my pleasure to meet you all and also join again.
Yeah, thank you. And I think last time you appeared, that was almost 1.5 years back, if I
Yeah,
remember.
1.5 years back at the launch of my book. And
Yes.
it has traversed a very variant journey. I've
Okay.
also learned a lot of things in that journey.
Okay. That's what I think we want to understand from you. So, what has kept you busy for last 1.5 years?
For the last 1.5 years, I was busy also with my paintings because that is also another
Hmm.
creative outlet for me. And I participated in the Kochi the show, there was the Darbar Hall grounds. Then I participated in the Indian Art Festival. So I was busy with that. And then I also completed my second novel, which is now under editing. So that way, writing, and also I was traveling quite a lot to Kerala, and always we are looking out for inspirations everywhere, and Kerala is a fascinating place for me, although it is also my parents are from Kerala.
Okay. Okay. So, you talked about your painting passion. Maybe I would at this point of time like to understand more from you. How do you go about painting? What motivates you? What inspires you? And how do you select a subject? How do you conceive it? All of that process is something I wanted to understand.
I think there is a difference between the creative process of writing and painting. Now, painting, sometimes some people like to express concepts, some ideas, in a very visible visual form. If in my case, I see small, for example, I see some weeds or some flowers on the road, for me, I want to, it becomes big in my eyes, because of the intricacy of what has been done. And then what it means to me, like something that is totally neglected and taken for granted, can also be very beautiful. So most of my paintings are, out of my head, I don't plan it. And another thing is that I also like paintings which are bright colored, because for me it is a part of my moods. I sometimes feel sad that everything appears gray, even if I try to make myself happy or this. The colors are very important to me. So colors and sunlight and the vibrancy of the day to day, moment to moment of the sunlight, of people at home, everybody influences me when I paint. Whereas creative writing is very different, because I have to plan. Even if I feel inspired or a surge of writing creativity comes, I can write 2 sentences, 3 sentences. But after that, it looks as if the battery has run down. So I think there is a difference in the creative process of painting and of writing, because one, you can sustain it for long. The other one is, once you start writing, you can change it, but a painting, you can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you find painting to be that much more satisfying to you than writing, or there is
Yeah,
nothing
I
like
think,
that?
no, painting, I find it more satisfying, because once that work thing is done, I live with that painting, I can sell it, I can store it. But a creative writing, whether it's a novel or a story, I give my whole to it, and then I'll wait with it. I enjoy it. And then at the end of the day, like any other creative, you need appreciation. And that is where the writer and the publisher, no, has got a very difficult, complicated relationship, because after all, that's also an industry. And I have to wait till you are found out or you are discovered or somebody appreciates. So it's a bit painful waiting whereas a novel is completed. A painting, you can keep it for long, and somebody one day will appreciate it and buy it off your hand. Painting is that way. Writing is waiting. Expectation is more.
I think that's a very interesting differentiation that you are talking about, and maybe I would like to explore that more. Is that today in India, how do you see the painting as a art, and how is it people look at it and the appreciation for painters?
I think I think creative arts as such, goes through its ups and downs. There are some periods which you find is so vibrant, that the market is full and you feel happy that there are collectors. Just like book publishing also, with technology coming in, that has also become a struggling industry. Sometimes you find writers who have started now, the youngsters and all, they have a very uphill task of getting a publisher, finding an audience, finding readership. Whereas painting, the difference is that, you can store it and keep it. The changing, like if it was the artistic Renaissance painting, then there is Van Gogh painting, who never sold a painting in his life, but now he is the rage. So,
Yeah, yeah.
whereas books, it can be published, it can be stored. Now, technology, it is very different.
Hmm.
But with painting, I think you can store it and keep it, and at some point of time, hope that the world will appreciate it. In writing, what you have written, say, it's around 200 years ago, will it become modern again? We don't know unless somebody takes it out and publishes it.
Okay. Yeah, I
So,
think
so
what you
I think
said.
the life expectancy of a novel and a painting is different.
Yes, I completely agree with you. Is that maybe paintings can last hundreds of years
Yes.
and still be appreciated and appreciate in value as much.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes.
So when you paint for yourself or you paint with your audience in mind? This is a question I have been
I
asking
paint,
very.
I paint, I paint for myself in the beginning,
Yeah.
because for me, painting is almost, because of my civil service career in finance and all, it has almost become a stress buster for me. Sometimes
Hmm.
during very hectic periods and all, I
Hmm.
just come back from work, take the brush, not the pencil or
Hmm.
pen, and
Hmm.
then start painting. And the colors I use, when they are more vibrant, I feel myself calming down. That is why I said
Hmm. Hmm.
sometimes art can be also a therapy. Just like now, it's very available everywhere. For adults, also, there is coloring books, because they
Okay.
say they calm down a person and make him tranquil by just giving some pencils and colors. And from
Hmm.
the way they use colors, in what mood. From a very gray, sad place, they can come to a very bright,
Hmm.
happy.
Hmm.
Just like
Hmm.
childhood. A child, you give color, so happy it is. So I
Hmm.
think painting has got that effect on people, whereas writing and learning is something which you have to strive.
Hmm. 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 Okay, just give me a second. माझं काम सुरू आहे. आता थोड्या वेळाने. नाही नाही सर तुम्हाला रिपोर्ट कॉल चालू आहे. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So,
okay.
perfect. So I think what you are saying is making immense sense. Is that first you start painting for yourself and then you
Yes.
keep developing and keep others.
Yeah. Other than if it's an exhibition, solo exhibition,
Hmm.
then I look at the market also. So
Hmm.
there may be a collection where I have painted for myself. Then there I'll make the remaining paintings, to suit like scenery, realism,
Hmm.
abstract.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that way I do sometimes when I have got solo shows. But when it's a group show, no, they have themes. So you say give to the themes.
Hmm. Hey, one of the things that I have always wondered about is that how do you value a painting? Is that
That is a very difficult thing to say, because I am not a well-established, well-known painter.
hmm,
But as a painter, everyone who paints, would also like to be not only appreciated, but if we get some sales, that would be the height of the appreciation of your
hmm,
joy. Now,
mm,
valuing a painting, normally I think professionally it is done by inch. If it
Okay.
is like 1 feet by 1 feet, per inch,
Uh-huh.
because it two, three values go into the painting. One is the cost of color, one is the cost of the canvas, the other is the time, the concept, and the originality. All these things put together puts a value and add value to the painting. So sometimes what happens is, for me personally, I have not reached that stage
Mm,
because I enjoy doing my paintings, and for me it was not my bread and butter.
mm,
So when I hold exhibitions and if somebody is there who appreciates this, I'm very happy that my painting, which I loved, has found a good home, and there are some people who will appreciate
mm,
it and take
mm,
care of it. So
mm.
my pricings I do, in a very affordable way, because
Okay.
I want the paintings to just go out into the world.
That's very
But
interesting. In fact,
otherwise, paintings are professionally, it depends upon how long they are and how much they have got in the market earlier. Is
mm,
it with a gallery or is it with a collector? So that
mm,
way they value the painting. So that
mm,
depends upon where you stand in your journey of a painter,
mm,
as a
mm,
painter, no?
mm,
About your publicity and your
mm, mm,
sales.
mm, mm. You know, in many fields, like for example, singing, etc., there is always a guru, there is always a mentor. In case of painting, is there anything like that, or it is a completely self-developed passion?
I think for me, there was nobody called a guru. I was a self taught painter, but I think instinctively it must be inherited because my father used to be very interested in the arts. He used to paint when his younger days. He was also a photographer and
Mm.
not a
Okay.
professional one, hobby. And I think in our, my father was also highly creative. He is also an inventor, and his
Mm,
business holdings and all that was from his creativity of discovering,
mm,
inventing stuff. So I think that must have passed on through some genes to us,
mm,
because
mm.
in our house many of them paint, just like that. And the
Okay.
funniest incident I wanted to tell was, I was a science student, and when I joined, sometimes I used to draw so well my biology, my microbiology
Mm,
painting,
mm,
this
mm,
cycles and all that. They used
mm.
to show, why is your paint? This is enough for you. Don't get, even if you don't write anything. So my writing, more than that, my painting was, was
Okay.
my identity.
Okay, okay, that's very interesting. Is that your painting itself conveyed the complete picture, complete story?
Yeah, this painting of mine is also a painting of mine,
Okay,
which, it's not bamboo or anything. All these are painted. It's not a
okay,
frame. All these are painted.
okay, okay. In fact, I had come to your exhibition in Nehru Center,
Right, right. You had
uh,
come to my
and
exhibition.
I actually enjoyed looking at your painting. That was very,
Yeah.
in a way, learning process for me.
Okay.
So
Thank
maybe
you.
maybe next time when you are holding an exhibition in
Yeah, next
Mumbai.
exhibition, I will definitely put it out for everybody to see.
So, coming to your journey as an author, the
Yes.
last book that you published, and how was that book received, and what is the feedback that you have received in last year and a
Yeah,
half?
that I must share, that that book had got, it is something like your life itself. I started this book nearly 15 or 20 years ago, thinking that I will never ever write a novel, but I can start trying, because I used to write short stories. I started out as a poet who got a lot of success in my way when I was in my teens. It used to be published every Sunday in Children's World and Free Press Journal and all. Then I started writing short stories, and that also was very much appreciated, and everything you sent was published. So
Hmm.
I said, let me attempt a short story, a novel.
Hmm.
But the novel grew and grew, and I think my entire career, I never wanted to let it go. It was like a knitting of some life, parallel to what I was living. It was all about Kerala, because it
Hmm.
kept on changing with every visit, with every experience. So my
Hmm.
novel started at that time, but it was only around 10 years ago I really took it up, just
Hmm.
about to retire, and I completed it. And then you also have time in your hand to write and complete the work which you do, because not writing is one part of it. It is 99% in perspiration and 1% inspiration,
Hmm.
because you have to edit it. You need to find out if it is good enough. You need to find good publishers for it. You need to find a literary agent for it and all that. So I went through the process. It was a pleasure and a pain, both.
Hmm.
You had to go through it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
at the end of the day, my book was finally published. and I had got it launched in many places, and it was widely covered. And I'm
Mm.
glad to say that I think the best proof of the pudding is that I do get royalties of my
Fantastic.
book.
Fantastic. I
So
completely
I
agree
think
with
that
you.
is the only word I can say. When
Yeah.
you get, even if it is not very big, if you get some royalty,
Yes.
it shows the journey. You can turn back and look with pride that my book mattered to somebody when
Yeah.
they read it.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody is buying the book and
Yeah.
reading that. I think that is
Yeah,
very
I must
important.
also express my thanks to my agent, literary agent Lalita Ravindran, and also to my publishers, Alcov
Mm.
Publishers.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
also did a very good job.
Okay. Okay. So I understand that now the book is being translated or it is already translated in
No,
Malayalam
it
and
is. It has been signed up, and the journey for adaptation is a very. It's all depending on your luck.
hmm.
Many people do sign up for adaptation,
Hmm.
but whether it will see the light of day is my luck and luck
Hmm.
of so many other people. Because now the OTT platform is also undergoing a churn.
Hmm.
Lots of people are producing short movies, attention span is reducing, movies are not going into the theaters and all.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
but at least they found, somebody found some interest in it to sign up.
Yeah.
That is my this. Others
Hmm.
I leave it to God and fate.
Hmm. 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 No, I think my hope is that both these things, with the
Yeah, I
regional
hope with
translation,
everybody's good wishes.
yes, it
But
will.
the one thing which I wanted to share was also about my journey on
Yes,
translation,
yes.
which I thought for a lot of people who are thinking about getting a wider readership, no, in India, two things which we also ran after, which I wanted to share, was that English is only a small portion of people who write in India and read in India. There is a huge world outside there in India in many languages where people do write, and I think translation is come of age now. So I
Hmm.
think we should try to translate our English novels into good regional languages so that we not only understand what we are writing, but also know about the various other languages. So I tried, my book was translated into Malayalam because that's
Hmm.
my mother tongue.
Yeah.
And Kerala is a highly literate state,
Yes.
and
Yes.
they read only Malayalam mostly over there. They do read other books also, but
Hmm.
there is a feeling among the common population that they read Malayalam, they understand it, and some of the most widely accepted and well known classics are all available in translation.
Hmm.
So they
Hmm.
said if you translate it into Malayalam, you will be able to be having a wider readership.
Hmm.
So my sorrow was that I did not know how to write Malayalam. I can
Okay.
read and speak.
Hmm.
So I said that at least in my mother tongue, I need one book at least, and I
Hmm.
translated it.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
now it has been published, accepted by a publisher, and maybe by September, October, it will be out. But the
Okay.
journey was a learning experience because just if English was so tough, the language is also very
Hmm.
difficult because your book is in a language like English, and to get the emotional drama, the turbulence, the
Hmm.
characters into the regional language, you have to
Hmm.
find a good translator who can understand you and who can gel with your way of thinking and
Hmm.
creativity.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that was a little tough for me because
Hmm.
sitting somewhere in Bombay trying to contact somebody who's away from you was
Hmm.
a learning experience. And I wish all of them, that those who write in the languages, you can also learn to write in English, but also learn to translate because
Hmm.
we are missing out on a wide variety of
Hmm.
our own culture when you don't read it in the regional language.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And the point is that when you are writing in English, the ethos of Indian culture to some extent gets lost. And when you write in your mother tongue,
Yes,
I
yes,
think
very true.
you are able to convey that much better.
Yeah. And also mostly characters also. You should know your character well when you're translating
Yes.
and the words you use. So I think it was a very learning experience for
Hmm.
me. So I think I'm richer by this translation.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I will try to do that with all my other books also.
Okay. So one question I wanted to ask you is that when somebody else is translating your book, does
Hmm.
that person has to be in touch with you? Does he have to understand your thought process while writing that book so that then he can or she can convey that that much better when translating?
Yeah, I think so. If the person is of my, see, if I am of a certain age and come from a certain 60s or 70s who I've grown up with, and my culture, which I'm presenting a book that is the set in 90s or 80s or due to the partition of freedom time, and somebody who's translating it is of that time, they can easily connect and gel with what I have
Mm.
written. And
Mm.
the words which I used at that time, no, becomes easy for them to translate.
Mm.
Whereas if I'm writing, if an older person translates a modern contemporary book, no, the
Mm.
usage of words, the usage of emotions, no, that is
Mm.
different.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I agree with you. I think your thought process and your ideas must get reflected in the translated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that way I was good enough to get a very good translator who
Mm.
is also from my near my hometown.
Okay. Okay.
So that right translation went off very quickly and smoothly.
Okay. So, any plans of translating it in other Indian languages?
Yeah, my Tamil translation is also over.
Okay.
So yeah, and I've just written to the publisher. I got a good publisher, two publishers. So
Hmm.
I've tried with one. I have just sent it to them recently. I have to wait. Keep my fingers crossed.
Okay. Okay. No, I am sure that like Malayalam, you will find success in Tamil language book also.
I hope so because I'm really wanting to understand, how the languages, I think we neglected with our languages,
Yeah.
into English translation.
No, I agree, and I think that's a that much bigger market or audience, so to say,
Yeah.
which you can tap when you actually translate it in the different Indian languages.
Yeah.
You are able to expand the reach.
Yeah, I not only expand the reach, I also get to know if I have written now, I am born and brought up outside Kerala. My
Hmm.
exposure to Kerala in my book, Mango Rain, Secrets of Mango Rain, is what I heard from a second person. I did not experience it. But
Hmm.
what I saw and what I got from living in Kerala for 2 months every vacation,
Hmm.
that fascinated me and made me dig deeper into my own
Hmm.
culture. I came to know my own Kerala better.
Hmm. Yeah.
So that way, I got so fascinated that I had to write down my thoughts and my words
Hmm.
about
Hmm.
not only growing up in Kerala, which was the second, but also to bring in a foreign person
Hmm.
who was
Hmm.
the character of the novel and
Hmm.
look at it through his eyes also.
Hmm.
So it
Hmm.
is not only me, but it is also through the eyes of some other
Hmm.
characters I've created. I'm looking at my own culture.
Okay, very interesting, very interesting. Now, I understand that your book is being adapted for film also. So, we wanted to understand more about that.
No, that also it was again because of my agent. I
Mm.
didn't do anything personally.
Mm.
She is very good at sending it out for people for
Mm.
podcasts and for that. So she was the one who did it for me. And
Mm.
after that, I don't know. It is just taken up for adaptation. But after that, what is the result? I don't know because that is between them, between the
Okay.
film house and
Oh,
this.
okay.
So that way, a lot of other people's books also are being taken, adapted for movies and all. And now the new market that has opened up because of technology
Yeah.
is OTT platforms, short films, which is not very time consuming like 2 hours, 3 hours, because now nobody's expansion, of attention span is very less. So
Yeah.
that is why small reels and small have got more audience than
Mm.
movies.
No, I completely agree that the today, because of technology, there are so many avenues open that
Yeah.
it actually expands the reach and it expands the opportunities for everyone.
Yeah. And even fiction. Now you have
Mm.
got something called flash fiction,
Mm.
which is around 500 words,
Yeah. Yeah.
250 words.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all these new things keep on happening almost every other day. And as a young writer, you can do it with technology. But as an
Mm.
older generation writer, we have to learn how to use the net, how to use the
Mm.
technology. So all that comes in the way of being a writer now, which
Mm.
is more
Mm.
complicated.
So if I have to ask you if you can give advice to budding authors in two areas. One is in terms of how do they go about approaching the publisher, and post publishing, how do they go about spreading awareness of their book. And second is that about translation into various language, or like giving it for the film production, etc. What is your advice to them?
See, my advice, because even I think, even whatever age I am, I think that I'm still a newbie writer. Because although I started writing many years ago, because of my painting and career, I did not take it very seriously. But as a newbie writer, first and foremost, you should love the book you have written. It should be the best version of your book. Because just writing something and sending it out into the market, you are spoiling your own chances.
Yeah.
Because if it is not well edited, if it is not well themed and all that, what happens is rejections are more. And secondly, you write, be happy, because the journey of writing is not there for everybody. You have got a talent, you enjoyed writing the novel, enjoy that. Secondly, you also find that the publishers who are suitable for your type of book. You may write a mystery, you might write a romance, you might write dystopian novels, because there are so many genres in the market to which you, and look at when you write to publishers, also find out what is the current thing trending with them. And also don't write for the market, because that is something, which I think spoils your own talent. You are not being kind to yourself. Because if you enjoy writing something which is romance, and then you start writing a thriller, you're degrading your own creativity. So be true to yourself, write, enjoy the writing journey. And when you produce the best version of that book, I think it is good to find a publisher, also through a literary agent, because an agent will help you to do the best publisher for your work. And you can also have time to write, because you cannot be a publisher, search for a publisher and write and work if you're a debut writer. So I think write the book, enjoy the writing, and then find out publishers. That is one thing. Secondly, marketing now, I think better than me, with digital marketing, with social media and all, the youngsters know very well how to market it. But when you market it, see that you market it to the audience whom you are intending. You that you cover social media. And secondly, book launches have become very necessary, although now, which is very sad, but I have to say that money is everything. For everything they take money. Nobody will do anything with the goodness of their heart, because that's also an industry. Whether you get book reviews now, no newspapers and all have book reviews much. Once upon a time, everybody went by book review, just like film review. That is one. Secondly, also when you meet people, get in touch with writers, join readers groups, join writers groups, because your own fraternity, will help you to know where you stand.
Ah,
So I think that is also very important, because you can't write alone in the dark.
yes.
You cannot write in isolation, because everything has got to come together. Birds of a feather flock together is very
Yes.
true.
Yeah, I completely agree. And the point that you made about finding a publisher with whom you gel is very important. Is that then
Yes.
only I think he and you are aligned with each other and then can do the best job for that book.
Yeah.
So,
And also publishers, see, everybody, that we all say something called the top 5 publishers. The
mm,
top 5 publishers, they are in an industry. They are not there doing what to say, NGO work.
yeah.
They are there for the money making of it. So they may publish it, they may not publish it. Your book may be good, but maybe now thrillers are trending.
Mm,
And now you write a romance and you write a slice of life
mm,
fiction, literary fiction, and it is
mm,
not accepted.
mm,
You can't help it, because
yeah,
that depends on your luck. But at the
absolutely.
same time, a good book will always be it will
Mm,
find its own way in its own
yeah,
way.
yeah. One question I wanted to ask you, since you are a writer as well as a painter, is that whether the writer in you helps you as a painter and whether painter in you helps your writing journey.
I think the painter in me helps my writing, because one of the things I really enjoy is description, the setting, the detailing of the
Mm,
character, the,
mm, mm,
certain things which you notice in people,
mm,
not only their dress and all, but
mm,
mannerisms and all.
mm,
I
mm.
think I would describe it better
Okay.
when I sit people. And then the mood, the air, the atmosphere,
Mm,
which you
mm,
feel. So that feeling and emotional this through color.
mm.
So that I will be able to describe it better. So that is why I love description a lot. But
Mm.
sometimes it also comes up the use of too much adjectives and all. So I have
Mm.
to be also cautious that the
Mm.
painter in me does not overdo the
Mm.
description.
So that is a big advantage that you have, that you are a painter, and that helps you in your writing journey.
Yeah, I think so. I think so because for me, color, brightness, and all are visual.
Hmm.
So for me, it's easy to imagine
Hmm.
something and
Hmm.
describe a scene.
Hmm. 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 Okay. Okay. So now let me ask you one question. Is that we have talked about your journey as a writer, as a painter, and what you have done in last 1.5 year, your struggle and your happiness or your success in that. What happen now for next, let's say, 2 years? What should we expect from you in next 2 years? Apart from, of course, the Malayali translation or Tamil translation that anyway is in pipeline.
No, I've got two, three projects already on hand. One
Hmm.
is a memoir. The other one is about a time travel story. When I'd been to a writing retreat in Italy, Florence,
Okay.
also a painting retreat. So
Okay.
when I went over there, I found I went to Pompeii, that
Hmm.
city of the dead they call it. But it is so fascinating. I would say everybody once in a lifetime should visit Italy because it offers so much in the form of writing, not only writing, but painting and all. So something, and I was fascinated with that because it has got a long tradition of almost 2000 years with Kerala. The
Okay.
Roman remains, of Pattanam, the trade for this pepper.
Hmm.
So much so that, Ptolemy also complained that half of Italian gold was going to Kerala
Okay.
because economically,
Yeah.
India had nothing to take from them because
Hmm.
India was so rich in
Yeah.
culture and all that. The obedient seeds and all that. So I visited in Parur, one of the
Hmm.
digs, and I
Hmm.
was really
Hmm.
blown away by the cultural exchange. They were even Roman settlements. So
Hmm.
there is a time travel story between a Roman general over there and one of the about that Malayali princess in Kerala, and how a magic happened and then they could not come back and meet. And in the modern life, somebody is meeting it like time travel and fulfilling an ancient promise. So
Hmm.
that is very much in the works. So I want to complete that.
Okay.
And then also I've got the children's stories which I've started.
Okay. So there is lot we
Children's
should.
stories with the new technology, not like resident fairy tales,
Okay.
but fairy tales for the modern generation.
I think that is very important, is that what today when we write for children, it should be with contemporary lifestyle rather than something which was 100 year or 500 years back.
Yeah, but it's very true because when I talk to kids, I also sometimes mentor some of them, guide them for civil
Mm.
service, talk to young children and schools and colleges.
Mm.
They are very sure what they want.
Mm. Yes.
Secondly, they know how to operate the devices.
Yeah. Yeah.
And third, they have their own ideas
Yes.
because, of their social reach, not only for the media of TV and computer, but also these video games make a great impression on their mind.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
So that way, when you write stories, it should hold their attention at least for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, for them
Mm.
to know what more they want. So
Mm.
it's difficult writing for children now
Mm.
rather than
Mm.
for adults.
Mm. No, I agree. And satisfying them is that much more tougher job. And
Yeah.
they will express their opinion straight without
Yeah,
holding.
they are very clear. That's why I said they're very clear what they want, what type of dress, what is the fashion, and also their attitude. They all have attitudes which I hope are very good because
Hmm.
that will take you far in life.
Perfect. So there is lot we can look forward from you in next 2 years. So,
Yeah.
we have this rapid fire round that you are aware of. So I am sure that you are going to enjoy being in the hot seat.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hmm. So first question is that choose one, English or Malayali language you love to write in.
English,
English.
but Malayalam I would love to. I don't know. I have to study Malayalam to write.
Okay. Painting to you is. Complete the sentence.
Painting to me is, if writing is my breath, painting is my oxygen.
Wow, that's fantastic. So, since you live in Mumbai, one thing you like about Mumbai?
I used to love Mumbai. Any person, anytime, anywhere, you just get out of your door, you will don't know he's rich, he's poor, but you know he's going somewhere. He's on his way. He's not dressed up and nowhere to go. He knows where he's going.
Yes. Okay. One thing that you don't like about Mumbai?
The sheer buildings, the towers.
Yes.
I don't know where I'll get lost in the valley, because even I can't get network properly now. I have to put lights on. There are 65, 64 floors house around my house, and I have to put daylight, tube light during daytime.
Okay.
It's that bad.
Okay. So the last question. Success to you is. Complete the sentence.
Success to me is having peace of mind, and at the end of the day, I can sleep happily that I've done a good day. Every day is the best day of my life.
Fantastic. You have won the rapid fire round 10 out of 10.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations. So that was Nirmala for all of us, talking about her journey in last 1.5 years as a writer, as a painter, the struggles that she went through, the success that she has achieved, and the new avenues that she is going to capture, that is translating in the various Indian languages, adapting it for the film shows, etc. It's really interesting, and I think her plans for future are also that way fantastic, and we all look forward to getting that much more from Nirmala, and looking forward to you having on our show all over again, hopefully in next 1 year itself.
Thank you so much, and thank you to all the listeners. And I think everybody should write every day at least two sentences, because it helps you, with your brain and with your hand. That writing, don't give it up. Instead of using the this computers, you must write. Don't give it up.
I think
Thank you.
that's a very good advice that you are giving. So before we sign off, reminder that submissions are open for Kala's upcoming anthology, The Pillars of the Future. We also invite you to join Booked by Kala, our growing community of readers who believe that books can inspire conversations, ideas, and lasting connections. If you enjoyed today's discussion, please share it with fellow readers and writers. The recording of this episode, along with our earlier conversations with authors and literary professionals, will soon be available on Kala YouTube channel at Sanjay Chandra 5376. With that, we come to an end of today's show. Thank you very much for joining, and have a great evening. Enjoy your Sunday evening. Thank you.
Thank you for Kala, the show, and the team with Mr. Vardhan and Sanjay Chandra. Thank you. Have a great day.